What's up, Redskins Nation? This is Mr. Infotainment. Just reacting to the game last night after the Redskins lost to the Green Bay Packers 35-18. I'm just very disappointed right now. I'm a huge Redskin fan, and I definitely thought that the Redskins should have won the game last night, or could have won the game last night, and they definitely had opportunities to take advantage of, and they didn't really follow through on the things that were talked about all week long about them leading up to the game, about their ability to move the ball, their ability to sack the quarterback, their ability to cause turnovers. Some of the things that they've been doing over their last 4-game win streak leading up to the Green Bay game. All those things I just mentioned they've been able to do, and last night against Green Bay, really none of those things happened. And I just thought there was just some, as we go through the game, there's some moments that were backbreaking for the Redskins. And if we go through it quarter by quarter, first off, my reactions were that Aaron Rodgers did a great job of managing the football, managing his team, his offense. He took a few shots downfield that were kind of off, that were long, but I think that was just kind of help ease the pressure on himself, because really what he wanted to do was just throw it in the intermediate areas, the West Coast offense. He did a really good job in the second and third quarters, and in the fourth quarter as well, of keeping the team within manageable third downs. Every third down they had in the second and third, and up until about midway through the fourth quarter, was a third down and 4 or less. And they were able to get positive plays out of each of those third downs. Every single third down they had in the second, third, and halfway through the fourth quarter led up to positive plays. And I'll talk about each one of those plays here in this video as I break down this game from my perspective and where I saw the Redskins really lost the game. And the Redskins started out pretty good. I mean, the Redskins got the Green Bay into a 3-and-out to start the game. The Redskins were able to get the second half kickoff. They were able to, so that's what they liked. They liked to be able to kick it off to start the game and put the offensive team to start the game when the crowd's the most noisiest, and the crowd really was just going wild last night. And so when Green Bay came out, they went 3-and-out to start the game, and which was a pretty good, which was good for Redskins. Actually, they didn't go quite 3-and-out. They were able to get one first down, but the Redskins were able to make them punt from their own 32. The Redskins come out, and they do go 3-and-out, but due to the fact that Tress Way and his ability to punt and pin the offensive back, he was able to pin Green Bay back inside of its own 5-yard line, which led to the safety and a 2-0 lead for the Redskins. And then really when the Redskins were able to get the ball back, and when Kirk Cousins made the throw to Deshaun Jackson, who failed to reach out and get the ball over the pylon, and the Redskins had the ball first and goal at the half-yard line, and were not able to get the ball in due to Alfred Morris not being able to get 1 yard on first and second down, and then a penalty, a delay of game penalty which pushed them back to the 7-yard line. So they were at really the half-foot yard line, first and goal. And what I would have done there was definitely would have been a QB sneak. QB sneak, you're pretty much sure to get forward progress, and that's all they needed on that play. And to put it in Alfred Morris's hand, who has repeatedly gotten negative yards on first down runs, man, it just loomed gloomed, whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It was just a gloomy outlook once they didn't get it on that first down and second down run, and then getting the penalty on third down, settling for a field goal and missing out on what would have been 4 points, a 4-point difference. Now remember, the Redskins only lost this game by 17, and they had a couple opportunities, even in the last few minutes of the game, down by 17 with the ball. Well, we'll get to all that later. What I'm saying is, even 1 point would have made the difference, because 16 is a 2-score game and 17 is a 3-score game. So, I mean, you're talking about 2-point conversions, but definitely at the end of the game, when they were down by 17, they at least would have been playing for something. Down by 16, if they would have been able to score, get a 2-point conversion, and then go for an onside kick. Of course, we know onside kick is low percentage play, but the chances of them getting 2 onside kicks was much lower than the chances of getting 1. And so you could definitely believe that they could at least get 1 onside kick especially after all the talk of Dustin Hopkins' ability to kick onside kicks. But all that's much later in the game. We're still in the first quarter. Redskins up by 2-0. Now they're up by 5-0 instead of being up by 9-0. And being up 5-0 was, at least we were up by more than a field goal, so that the Green Bay Packers had to get a touchdown in order to take the lead. And it wasn't looking like they were doing very well. I mean, in the first quarter, Green Bay looked like crap. I mean, the offense looked like crap, but once that touchdown was taken away and it was 5-0, 5-0, and then Green Bay comes back and punts again, and they kind of go back and forth. Punt, the Redskins punt, 5-0. Packers go 3 and out. This is a point to be made, though. The 3rd and 9 that the Packers got, that the Packers did not convert, and minute 36 left in the first quarter, down by 5-0, was the last negative third down play that they had. I just talked about how they only had 6 third down. They had 6 third down plays after the 3rd down and 9 in the first quarter, which they didn't get, and which the Redskins were able to get the ball back and then go down the field. They got good field position and able to go right down the field and score very quickly. Relatively quickly, but relatively easily. The Redskins scored with a good pass to Jordan Reed over the top in the middle of the field, which really put the Redskins up 11-0. But then the missed extra point, which is again comes back down to the end of the game, where the Redskins were up 17, down 17, and you saw the missed extra point by Hopkins after the Reed touchdown. Was just another negative play, and we knew that we really need to have a mistake-free game in order to win this wild card, because Green Bay is the type of team that will take advantage of any type of mistakes you make, because they know how to do it. They've been in this position before, and they know how to take advantage of other people's mistakes. So Deshaun Jackson's failed to reach out, and then the Hopkins missed extra point was end up being 5 points that the Redskins missed out on, and really going forward in this game, that was 5 points that was very much needed because it affected the way that the Redskins played the rest of the game, especially when the following drive, Green Bay scores a touchdown. And really the key play in this drive following the Redskins going up 11-0 was, and it seemed like the Packers were going to go 3 and out again. They had a 3rd and 4, but Packers went very quickly and snapped the ball, and were able to get the Redskins player 12 man on the field, who I think it was Trent Murphy who was on the field. I may be wrong on the number, but 12 man on the field, and made a 3rd down and 4, which would have been a 4th down and 4, convert into a 1st down and 10, which was definitely a backbreaker play. And then, but that's the only 3rd down they even have on that drive. For the rest of the way, Aaron Rodgers just dices up the Redskins. The biggest play following right after that 3rd down mistake, penalty, 12th man penalty. He goes right down the field. He's able to avoid pressure and throw it down the field to Adams for a big gain, taking it back down to from the Green Bay 31 down to the Washington 34, Washington 35 yard line. So a big play for 28 yards, and so after the 3rd down, after the what would have been a 3 and out, Packers are able to get the 1st down with the 12th man penalty, and then throw a 30-yard pass right down the middle of the field, and sets up an easy drive for Aaron Rodgers. Then out, it's like he's playing Madden, and he just is audibling at the line. Every single offensive play, he was audibling and calling and making calls at the line, and making it very difficult for the Redskins to play to change their defense or do anything at all in order to counteract the calls that Aaron Rodgers was making at the line. So it was very frustrating as far as defensively for the Redskins. And then, of course, they do get the touchdown, make it 11-7. Redskins come out. Kirk Cousins gets sacked and fumbles. Then the Packers go down the field. They got in good field position. The Redskins defense was able to hold up and just hold them to a field goal. But even on this drive, there was a backbreaker play that I thought, after the fumble. Of course, the sack fumble was a backbreaking play. But then on the following drive following that, there was a penalty on defensive offsides on Ryan Kerrigan. On a 2nd down and 10. On a 2nd down and 10, the Packers ran a play and got -1 yard. But then defensive offside was called on Ryan Kerrigan. So it changed what would have been a 3rd down of an 11. It changed it to a 2nd and 5. And the Packers were able to convert. And they were able to get a field goal on the drive, making it 11-10. The Redskins come out and punt the ball, 3 and out. Setting up the Packers, they called timeout on each one of the Redskins plays. They get the ball with over 2 minutes left, no timeouts left, but they're set up and ready to go and down the field to score another touchdown. And on the drive, once again, Aaron Rodgers is just flawless. The main back-breaking play came when the Washington Redskins did have him on a 3rd down and 2. And Aaron Rodgers throws it to Adams again for 20 yards down the field and gets it from the Washington Redskins 30-yard line down to the 10-yard line on a 3rd and 2. So converting the first down, and then a couple more plays, and and the Packers score the touchdown, taking the lead at halftime, 17-11. So the Redskins, who were up 11-0 at the beginning of, towards the beginning of the second quarter, led up a quick 17 points because of Rodgers' ability to go down the field quickly and convert on third downs and really manage first and second down very well, so he doesn't even have to do very much on third down. They didn't even have to. Many times he was able to get the first down on first and second, and so only six third down attempts between in the second and third and halfway through the fourth quarter really proved Aaron Rodgers' ability to manage first and second down very well. Redskins come out, and they go right down the field, man, and it was awesome. Take the lead, 18-17. That great play from they get a 4th down and 1. They're able to convert 4th down, and then they go down to the goal line, and Cousins in that unique formation and with the 4 wide receivers on the left, was able to do a quarterback draw and just get it in. And the Redskins are feeling great. But what does Aaron Rodgers do? He comes right back out, and they get a touchdown drive, 11 plays, 80 yards, and really the back-breaking play. And this one was when the Redskins were able to get them down to 3rd and 1 at the Washington 45. But really, in this drive, what I remember specifically was Packers come out and they get a first down on the very first drive, on the very first pass. They get 9 yards. Then they get the first down. So it's first down and 10 at the 31. They go for a long pass deep, which they don't convert. So on second down, they get another 9 yards. So that's the second play for 9 yards in this drive. So 3rd down and 1, they're able to get a 6-yard pass and get the first down. First down again, just similar to the last first down, they throw it deep, incomplete. But then on the second down, they get another 9-yard pass, the third 9-yard play of the drive, making it 3rd down and 1. Redskins are able to stop them on 3rd down and 1, but send up to 4th down and 1. Packers go for it, and Eddie Lacy runs for 11 yards, and then the backbreaker of all backbreakers, 1st and 10 from the Washington 34. Lacy runs for 30 yards down to the Washington 4, and they are able to get a touchdown. And the touchdown and a 6-point lead, 24-18. Redskin comes out 3 and out again. It's just so disappointing. The things that I remember, it was things that it seemed like they had a few drop. It seemed like every wide receiver had a drop pass last night. Reed had a drop pass. Grant had a drop pass. Jackson had a drop pass. Garcon had a drop pass. Crowder had a drop pass. They all had times when the ball was in their hands, their ability to catch the ball, and each one of them had a drop pass. So I know there was at least 5 drop passes last night for the Redskins, and which is really disappointing because you want the incompletes to be like not balls that you should be able to catch. I mean, you want them to be like balls that he throws to the ground or over your head or out of bounds or that are broken up by the defender. But when they're in your hand and you can catch them, that's what your job is to do, is to catch the ball. And there was 5 drop passes from each one of the wide receivers last night, and so that was very disappointing. So another 3 and out for the Redskins, and then to cap the drive, just to seal the deal, the Packers come back out and have another touchdown drive. This one very similar to the last one, 10 plays, 76 yards. Once again, Aaron Rodgers just masterful on 1st and 2nd down. There was only 1 3rd down attempt in this entire drive. This is in the late 3rd quarter. 3:02 left in the 3rd quarter, entering the 4th quarter. And really, I thought the most back-breaking play was when the Redskins had them in 1st and 10 as we were entering the end of the third quarter, and they tackled Starks for a -3-yard loss, and then it was 2nd and 13 it was the last play of the third quarter, and it was 2nd and 13. You thought the Redskins was going to be able to stop them here and get the ball back, down only by 6 still at this point, and 2nd and 13, and he throws the pass to Cobb over the middle for 15 yards and gets the first down, and from there they just drive all the way in. They start the fourth quarter and they just drive all the way in, and there's nothing. The Redskins couldn't stop the run for anything. Starks run, penalty on Kerrigan, Starks run, and Eddie Lacy run. So after they made that conversion, 2nd and 13, they did 5 straight runs. 1, 2, 3, 6 straight runs. 6 straight runs, and 5 straight runs, excuse me. And go right into the end zone from the 50-yard line. 50-yard line in, they just ran the ball, and were able to get a touchdown, just overpowering the Redskins, and they were a 2-point conversion, going up by 14 points. The Redskins still had a shot. Still had a shot left. They had the ball. Got the ball back with. They got the ball back with. Excuse me. I'm sorry. They got the ball back here in the fourth quarter. At the beginning of the fourth quarter. 12 minutes left to go. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I said 2 minutes left to go. That's what it's 12. The Redskins got the ball back with 12 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, down by 2 touchdowns, and they do make a sort of a drive. They were able to convert a 3rd and 1. They were able to get a first down from the 41. Nice pass from Reed for 22 yards. But then after the long pass to Reed, things looking promising. Looks like they're going to be able to score, make it a touchdown, make it just a 1-score game with a little bit over 8 minutes or so left to go. And that's when Clay Matthews sacks Kirk Cousins. And it seemed like Kirk Cousins, on the sack fumble earlier in the game, he held on to the ball too long. And once again, it would seem like he was just holding on to the ball too long, which is a credit to I guess the Green Bay secondary, because you have Jackson, Garcon, Crowder, Reed, all these people trying to make plays in the secondary, and the defensive secondary was able just to stop the Redskins from making plays downfield. And Clay Matthews comes in on a twist blitz off the left side. Trent Williams is late on picking it up, and Kirk Cousins gets sacked for a 9-yard loss. And 2nd and 19, they go for a long pass down the field, which I thought was a bad mistake by Kirk. I thought you needed to get some yards on 2nd down and 19. I think he maybe saw something there. But then on 3rd and 19, you have the drop pass. You have the bad pass by Kirk, but it is dropped by Jordan Reed. Not able to get any yards, making it 4th and 19. You thought after Jordan Reed would have just caught that ball, that he was at least going to be able to get like 10 yards and make it a manageable 4th down. But instead, it's 4th and 19, and the Redskins are not able to convert. And that's pretty much the ball game from there. That puts the Packers in good field position. They were able to go down and get a field goal, and actually, it's just 3rd and 19. Oh, and then they punt it. Excuse me. I'm thinking about later in the game when he was sacked on 4th down, a couple drives later. 4th down and 3 from the Green Bay 4 when he was sacked. But yeah, it was just missed that he was just sacked, put too much pressure on him. The defensive secondary did a great job of shutting down Deshaun Jackson, shutting down Pierre Garçon. Jordan Reed had a decent night, but you would like to see him he was thrown to a bunch of times, and he only had, I think, 7, maybe 8 catches. And I know he's at least thrown to at least 13 times. So a lot of missed opportunities in this game. It was just too much for the Redskins to overcome. Like I said, I really had to head into the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers, his ability to manage 1st and 2nd down, to keep 3rd, and they'd only had 6 3rd down attempts between 1 minute 36 seconds left in the 1st quarter to 6 minutes and 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter. They only had 6 3rd down attempts. They were able to convert 4 of them. The one that were able to attempt was a 3rd down and 2, and the pass was incomplete, and they were able to get on the 4th down. They were able to get a field goal. So even though they didn't get the 3rd down, they still were able to get points out of the drive. And then on the other 3rd down that they were not able to get, it was a 3rd and 1, and then they were able to get. That was the next play was the 4th and 1 where Lacey got the 11-yard gain, and then followed by the 30-yard gain. So it was really sad. Some of the things I did not like was their ability to score from the 1-yard line. They got no pressure on Rodgers. It seemed like the defense was very simple. If you were playing Madden, you would be able to tear it up yourself with Aaron Rodgers. And so Aaron Rodgers, the actual person, was able just to have his will, to do his will with the Redskins defense. The drop passes from the wide receivers, the missed extra point. And just the lack of playmakers on the field. There was one time when Chris Baker got hurt and he went off the field, and I saw Trent Murphy and Jordan Hatcher, Jason Hatcher. I'm not sure, but I saw them just standing on the sideline, and I thought that they would have been in there to cause more pressure on Aaron Rodgers. So I just didn't think that they had enough playmakers on defense. And one play that also I'm not mentioning is the pass interference call that was called against the Redskins on 2nd down and 10. That was what happened. Pass interference call. When did that occur? Even though they were able to make them punt on that drive, it just took more time off the clock. It was 8:13 in the 4th quarter, and the 2nd down and 12 when a defensive pass interference was called on Quentin Dunbar on a pass that was way over Jones, that was out of bounds over his head, which I thought was a really bad pass interference call, which of course made it from 3rd down and 12 to a 1st down and 10, and it took the clock under 6 minutes left to go. So you're talking about an extra 2 minutes there, where the Redskins were down by 2 touchdowns. Definitely could have used those 2 minutes, especially since they did hold them to a punt in that same drive, and were able to get the ball back. But that extra 2 minutes that the Green Bay was able to run off with the help of the defensive pass interference call really hurt the Redskins as well. It would have been nice to get the ball back at the 8-minute mark, or at least the 7-minute mark, instead of the start the drive. It really took about a minute, at least a minute and a half off the clock of playable time for the Redskins. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Very heartbroken. I do have high hopes for next year, but I know to keep those hopes in check because of what happened in 2012. I'm scared of the schedule next year. I think we were benefited by schedule and injuries in the NFC East that benefited us in winning the division, and I think next year's schedule is going to be much tougher with us having the NFC East champion schedule. I think it's going to be much tougher for us to repeat what we did this year. I'd like to see Kirk Cousins at least repeat what he did this year. But I think it's going to be and it's not going to get easier from here. It's only going to get tougher. But I like to see them definitely improve in player personnel. But as far as the game goes yesterday, man, we even if there would have been a 16-point game, and as opposed to a 17-point game, because the Redskins did get the ball. We're able to get the ball down by 17. They were to get the ball back with 4 minutes and 39 seconds. So down by 16 with 4:39, they could have gone down the field, gotten a touchdown, even if it went under the 2-minute warning, and at least had a shot at the onside kick. But down by 17 with under 5 minutes to go, you had to look at 2 onside kicks, which was impossible. It was really sad. All right. Thank you. Hail to the Redskins.